naging combo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we welcome you to witness the match between the two of the best collegiate teams in the Southeast Asian region. This is the LOL International Collegiate Championships 2016 and we're going to be your shoutcasters. I am Shinfu with a 1, 4, and I, and with me is of course Asurai. One hell of a beast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yun.
Of course,
Yeah,
it is the match. It is the match between China versus Singapore. Entering this league, these two teams has come in from the group stage with very strong matches, like clearly and definitely outclassing the other teams. Like, in my opinion, if you see them, when it comes to the lead, like it's more than a 10 kill lead or 15 kill lead. I think there's a game with our Philippine team versus China where it went 18-2. I think that's the battle for a tie at least in the group stage. But let's go, guys. We'll see. And let me explain it to you as we head on to the drafting phase for the bans. And for the bans between these two teams, we're going to see Olaf, an Echo, and a Syndra answered here by the China. This is the Chinese team, by the way, guys. And RP is the team from Singapore. That's not Riot Points. That is Republic Polytechnic. Okay, that's Republic Polytechnic. So for HKC, for China team, that's a Rise, a Lee Sin, and an Elise. Actually, I'm surprised that there's no Jace ban, there's no Kennen ban, seeing that from the League of Legends World Championships. I mean, the presence of those champions. But of course, without any bans, it's gonna become a priority in the picks. Interestingly, instead of the Karma, instead of the Victor, instead of any Nidalee, actually, Singapore, they really want this Orianna. They want to really focus this Orianna.
Yeah, and we already saw like the match before between Hong Kong and Vietnam.
Yes.
That we saw that Team Hong Kong was able to utilize very well the Orianna in the mid lane. Such explosive shockwaves. And
Yes.
I think this is what RP is betting on. But now HKC hovering over the Lissandra and the pick on the Rex side.
Also, you take note of the Rex side getting prioritized. Interestingly, a Rex side has been picked. I think this is not reactive directly for the Orianna, but you may want to consider that at the very least, Rexa is not one of the best targets of an Orianna combo, of the Orianna Shockwave. At least you would want to put more tankiness and damage mitigation for your side, for the side of the Chinese team, showing this Orianna on the side of Singapore. So they pick also a Lissandra as well. They pick a Lissandra as well because you can easily counter the combo of Orianna with your own ultimate. Yeah. And Orianna is relatively immobile. There's only the speed boost from his Dissonance. Look at that.
Yeah,
Singapore, yes?
We have been seeing mid lane Oriannas actually just go for the flash and ghost. Just because you said, Command, this is the only thing that actually gives them mobility around the battlefield. So why not just go for all mobility summoner spells? And I think that's gonna be the case as well. You can see the mid lane summoner spells are I thought it was
well, it was a ghost. It was a ghost. Could be a ghost. It was the meta actually, ghost and flash. But now seeing that you have a Lissandra, he'll definitely want a cleanse. He'll definitely want a cleanse. If it hadn't been a Lissandra, my guess is this one's gonna go for the ghost flash. So Hecarim, it will be a Hecarim. If Rek'Sai will go for the back line, Hecarim has all the kit to bypass this Lissandra, this Lissandra, this Hecarim, at the very least, this Lissandra and Rek'Sai, and Hecarim could touch the backline. Whatever squishy champion will be put in the backline because they will. HKC, Chinese team will put the squishy champion in the backline because they will need the damage. They will need the damage. A lot of tankiness has been put on the table just to mitigate the presence of the Orianna. And what will be the answer? That's the answer actually for the Kled pick against the Singapore. Singapore very much like the Kled pick. And now, finally, they are going to reveal their bottom duo, looking onto the Tamkench, the safety of the Tamkench. But instead of the Jhin, interestingly, they're going to pick up an Ashe. So, I think they believe that Ashe has a more consistent and more aggressive kit. Especially, it capitalizes on the initial immobility that a Jinx has.
Yeah.
So, you can like initiate from afar. Interestingly, the Chinese team hovered over a Soraka. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, Soraka is very prone to the Ashe. Soraka is also prone to that Ashe arrow.
Yeah, it was just a hover over, but now it looks like the Braum will be the final. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
They're still hovering. They still have like 20 seconds, but I just like to brush up a little bit on the Singapore side. Lots of actually initiation potential here. You have, of course, most notably the Ashe arrow. Single initiation with the crystalline arrow is enough to actually, you know, maybe net yourself a kill, and then you actually even have the wombo combo from either the Kled or the Hecarim plus the Shockwave.
The Shockwave plus the Dissonance movement speed.
Yeah.
A lot of movement speed has been given into this Hecarim, and you would want to acknowledge as well the presence of the Kled in the laning phase. Good thing it got answered by the Poppy. So, it was really hard for the Chinese team to make their last pick, even though it is the support that gets picked last. At the very least, they've hovered over the Braum. But compared to the kit of whoever who can dives in the backline, I'd say, yeah, you would want to take the Taric because it's just for the timing of the ultimate. It's just in time where the ultimate will proc you the invulnerability, and that's the time also where the Hecarim or the Kled will be able to touch in the backline. And do take note, it's not these are high tier players, so Orianna cannot really easily land his Shockwave. So what will happen is she's gonna offer a ball delivery system in the form of the Kled's movement speed or the Hecarim's movement speed.
Yeah, definitely. Although I kind of felt like maybe a Braum could have been also a good choice just because that Glacial
For that.
Fissure would counter most of maybe the
Frontline
the mobility, but then I guess that can be bypassed by the onslaught shadows from the
Yeah.
Hecarim.
Or they also might want the Chinese team, that is the tankiness provided by the Bastion. Like, Jig is really squishy. If you are able to bypass the Braum, then it's very dangerous. It's really dangerous. So at the very least with the Taric stand, at the very least with the Taric armors and, you know, regeneration, there is a fighting chance for this very aggressive composition brought in the table by the Singaporean team. Guys, please do take note that this is a best of 3 series for the second leg of our semifinals. And guys, we welcome you in the Summoner's Rift. Once again, the LOL
National Collegiate League, as it looks like the stun from Taric almost connecting onto Dantes there, forcing him to flash away. So this Ashe gonna be a bit more easier to gank in the bottom lane.
I thought that CC is gonna land on the Ashe. Good flash, but it's a good flash, but it's a flash burn gone for the laning phase. So again, LoL International Collegiate Championships 2016, ladies and gentlemen, it is the match between a best of 3 series, game 1 of the best of 3 series between Singapore's RP versus China's HKC.
Yes. So let's have I guess a rundown first of our players. But before that, look at this. A little bit of damage there onto Juan.
And I think that signals it. Let's go for the champion rundown.
All right. So for the Singapore team, RP, we have Blair in the top lane with a Kled. Jungle, it's going to be Okoyim on the Hecarim. Mid lane, Orca. So it's the killer whale with the Orianna in the mid lane and Dantes as well as Dolphin with the bottom lane duo of the Ashe as well as the Tahm Kench.
I like the name Orca.
Orca and Dolphin. So, you know, a little bit...
it's the killer whale. It's the name for the killer whale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have Dolphin.
Yes. Wow. So for the red side, it's HKC in the top lane.
Hold that thought. This could be a 3-man gank into
the bottom lane.
He gets the stun. Goes in, but clutches by Dolphin. MVP Devour right there. and everything that they wanted to do,
Yes.
disaster.
And that's because of the Tamkens. The power of the Tamkens devour. So guys, in the top lane, that was earlier. In the bottom lane, it's ATM. In the jungle, it's 1 for the Rek'Sai. ATM on Poppy. In the mid lane, MLZ. On that Lysandra, and the bottom is going to be Little Milk. On that Jinx ADC. And Sub33 on that Charik support. We are live at the YouTube channel as well as on Facebook at the local Collegiate League Facebook fan page. That is the local league of the Philippines, as this broadcast is brought to you by Garena Esports Philippines. And please do take note that this match, this best of 3 series, and the rest of LICC has been played on patch 6.21.
Yeah. That was actually a bit of a misfire there for the China squad, just because if you look at it, 15 CS to the 7, and Blair is actually 1 level ahead of ATM.
Yep.
But they're looking to actually engage here into the bottom lane, and it looks like sorry.
A lot of aggression has been put here in the bottom lane. Now you could see something.
Oh, 2-man Ring of Frost there. Gets the first kill, and they will follow it up. Nice knock up onto Okoyem there, and that's going to be an immediate 2 kills for the China squad.
Little Milk receiving the double buff. Little Milk 1-0-1. So even with a very small CS deficit against the Ashe, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big because please do take note that Ashe still has no flash, and Little Milk has his summoner spell, 1 crucial summoner spell up. They've even taken a command to take this Mountain Drake, ladies and gentlemen. 4-minute mark into the game, we're gonna see a teleport now being casted here in the Mountain Drake.
And it looks like Led is going to be looking, or rather Blair is going to be looking for the re-engage. Volley actually missing at the very edge of that AoE skill, almost hitting the slow, but now Little Milk might be in a bit of danger here, but I thought that's going to be a no. But they do force out HKC, rather Team China, to not get this dragon.
This is the first blue buff. A lot of aggression has been pulled in this lower side of the jungle, this lower side of the map.
Yeah, I think it's just because, they already lost 2 kills already to, well, the Rek'Sai and Jinx at one point. So at least, they don't want to give any more, I guess,
plus
objectives.
Kled can afford to teleport, definitely, because he has 1 teleport up compared to ATM. They know that ATM cannot follow, and successfully that stops the Drake siege here being done by HKC. But, it's still anybody's game. If there's one little snowball that can be done here, it's on bottom lane, supposedly, because Jinx was able to take that double buff. But, he's even freezing the minion lane, not using the rockets earlier on, even with the very large mana pool because of the blue buff. So we'll see though. They really don't want to shove this lane because of the potent gank that Hecarim can pull anytime.
Yeah, that, and it's kind of easy for Rek'Sai to actually just come in from Riverside or, through the wall to maybe get a gank. Even if Dolphin does get a Devour, if Dolphin gets focused on fast enough, he will get blown up because, this Jinx already has 1 kill, and when she comes back into the lane, I think I'm expecting a BF sword right off the bat on her first item.
Yes. So, understanding that, with the command to freeze this bottom lane, I think even Dantes decides to freeze this bottom lane. So there's definitely preemptive rotation in the top lane because there's sige, go easy in the bottom lane. Let's go easy in the bottom lane. So I think both of the junglers are aiming to do something with their mid lanes in the top lane. So this is the mindset that's been feeling around in the Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
If you
Level
look
6 already, almost up by actually every solo lane here. Lysandra as well as Orianna. No teleport though on the Lysandra, so quick gank or quick response to a side lane could not be possible. And here comes the gank onto the Kled, knocks it up, and here comes Rek'Sai. Juan does not have a flash though, so maybe the knockup won't connect. Oh, that's not going to be the case, but will the Prey Seeker seek its prey? It's going to be a no, and Blair survives.
No heroic charge.
No Iron Buckler as well. Almost there for the Poppy.
0-2, ladies and gentlemen. Both Flash are down.
How did
for the stage
how
top
did
laners.
Blair survive that?
Yeah, well, it's Khaled. He is a Commodore General.
Well,
and
I
a
guess
very noisy character.
Well, I guess this is because Poppy and Rek'Sai don't really have the damage. Look at their itemizations. It's more of like going tanky.
tank,
Then for the
yes.
Rek'Sai, it doesn't have any items at all.
And you will also want to consider Kled's passive.
Yeah.
The double health mechanic on Kled. Actually, if you'll think of someone that has a double health, it's actually Tamkench.
Tamkench only,
But
yeah. Grey
Those
health.
days are gone because of the Grey Health nerf. So Tamkench is more viable to go for the support because of the buff on the ultimates. And again, interestingly, Kled is claimed to be the clunkiest champion in League of Legends.
What do, we,
For
what do they
some
mean by
reason.
clunkiest? Like loudest or very difficult to use? Or
I
like,
believe clunkiest. My basis for clunkiness, in my opinion, is when you rotate the champion or when he uses kit. It's like really not that fluid or soft, or the flight time of the skills.
I see.
Like
I see what you
weird,
mean.
yes.
But now, speaking of flight time, there is a couple of seconds that he was knocked up into
Oh.
the three-man shockwave, but that's going to save you anymore, Orca.
Kledo.
And he gets taken down, but look at the
Oh.
barrage from the Awesome Shadows from, Koyim, but is the damage
They're
enough?
focusing different
Will
targets.
this Hecarim actually hits its prey? That's going to be a one-for-one trade, but oh no.
Oh,
Kled,
Kled.
can you get the hit onto ATM before you go down? He's actually going to try to dash away, but at the blink of an eye, support 33 is there.
They're not on
And-
the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, the setup was really nice. It was a cross target with the Kled's charge plus the Hecarim's onslaught of shadows. Really nice. It's like hitting the bullseye in the middle. But what happened after? They choose to hit different targets. I think Kled was focusing on the Rek'Sai.
Yeah, I think Rek'Sai. And
Yes.
then,
And Hecarim was focusing on the Poppy.
yeah, and I think the Crystalline Arrow actually got the last hit on the Rek'Sai there because you saw that Dantes has a kill already.
So 1-5, ladies and gentlemen, and Dantes with also the bullseye ultimate in the Rip Herald side of the river. So that will prompt these members of the Chinese team to take
The first
this
dragon of the
first
game.
dragon of the game.
Yeah. That was, like you said, very messy in the River clash, the Baron side clash. I really didn't like how, well, it could have worked more if there was more damage, but there wasn't. There's like they try to get the attacks in, and then there's just too much CC from HKC plus a lot of responding members. You saw there that like at the very end of the fight, Sub 33 was already in, maybe there for the follow up if ever that they needed a heal or a stun or something.
Hecarim prioritized the page, so there's definitely no damage coming from him. It's a good thing that Kled pick up the
Tiamat.
Yeah. But that's the big problem there. It's really they choose to target. They choose to hit different targets over that engage. 1-5 their scoreboard. In this bottom lane, it's another story as both of these two bottom duos are playing it really safe, I'd say. But look at that, there's a flash in
speaking
now.
of safe, though, that's not going to be the case as they're going to be engaging on this bottom lane. And again, Dolphin with a clutch.
One is forcing things now.
Clutch
in.
devour there, but now Dolphin going to be a little bit focused on here by Juan, as well as Lissandra, and all Dantes can say is no more to my teammate. Here's going to be Okoyim. He does have an ultimate, but at the same time, this is 4 people barraging onto the bot tier 1. Where is the Orianna? Shockwave could definitely turn the tides of battle, and there is the ultimate. Puts in. Will he get the shield in and save the Hecarim? 2-man Shockwave though from behind. But here comes ATM with the teleport as well. They do get the kill onto Little Milk there, but it looks like this bot tier 1 is not going to be long for life. Okoyim has to run back. I mean, he has the ultimate, but he's too low on HP.
The China team fight. The China 5-man skirmish. Even with Blair.
Was good.
It's kind of awkward as he try to mitigate the 5-man push down here in the bottom lane. I'm not sure if he can finish the game, but we've seen a pause into this game, so there might be a technical difficulty on one of our players. And again, guys, this is just game 1. It's 2-6 into our scoreboard and a 2k gold lead done by the China team. That hails from the series of kills they managed to rack up. And I think that's because of the disastrous engage done by the Singaporean team.
Yeah.
I like the way they start to engage, but the follow-up and how the team fight is done, China has more precision, I'd say. And that also, the goal lead is also because of the first third. Take
Yeah.
note of the first blood
And
on third.
it kind of looked like Okium there, onto his own perspective, did not think that uh, Miz,
MLZ.
the Lissandra,
It's MLZ.
MLZ, sorry,
Yes.
doesn't really have didn't have, it looked like it didn't have the Frozen Tomb, but he did. Puts it onto Okium, and Okium was, being focused on, was very low on HP. There was a two-man gank, a two-man shockwave rather by Orca, but if he could have maybe, used it in unison with the Onslaught of Shadows, that could have been way, way better.
Do take note that Dolphins Devour has been used, ladies and gentlemen, and now they're gonna collapse onto Little Milk. Once again, Little
the
Milk is done for the
damage.
team fight. So they're gonna go
Here
for
comes
the rest of the
Lissandra.
members, but Lissandra will
Frozen
join the fight.
Tomb.
Frozen Tomb onto himself. Dolphin going solo, and
Dances with the
Blair.
ultimate.
Blair cannot use his passive. Still the chase is on from one. Will he land the Q? Do take note,
Ray
Orca is
Seeker.
also getting saturated with the hammer
Smackdown
of
from
ATM.
downtown.
And one from downtown as well. Goes for the chase. They're gonna ship on to Orca. That's one last Q. Not needed because ATM puts in the hammer shock. I think that's a 3-for-0 exchange between their done by HKC.
Such an easy fight there for HKC, even if it looked kind of deadly for them. Even if like RP were trying to get the rehits back, they were just kiting and hoping that the CC barrages here
Yeah.
of HKC would have been wouldn't have been enough to actually reach them, but it did.
And we bounce back to the question back in the drafting phase. Which is better, Tariq or Brom? Now that's the question, because during that team fight, Brom could have worked. Brom would be a nice pick, especially when they are grouping up like that. But it still doesn't matter. The interesting part is, even though Little Milk keeps on dying, he's the only casualty for that game, they still managed to win just because of the Lissandra.
Yeah.
Everyone's sitting on the Lissandra ultimate. Plus, I'd say on Poppy and Juan's precision as well. So, for this game, 3-9 into our scoreboard. That's a 3K gold lead. But you still have to take note the power when a proper setup will be done or to be done here by the composition of RP, by Orca, by Okoyim, and by Blair. You have to respect the power of that initiate. It's just that it could be said that the Chinese team is more aggressive. They love taking team fights. Still, RP is doing their good job in destroying and killing these Jinx consistently. And in the late game, that will matter a lot.
I think it's just it's not happening. Like the proper conditions for RP to actually set up their let's say wombo combo, quote unquote, is not happening because it's always HKC who pulls the trigger and and allows themselves to dictate the pace of the game. So what's happening right now is RP, they're trying to at least answer with the ultimates, but because they're kind of disorganized with how they use it, it's not looking too well for them. But now here in the bottom lane, ATM. You know what? He's just gonna say, nope. Get away from me. Keeper's verdict.
Go home. Okoyim just is about to enter that fight. It doesn't even sidestep the keeper's verdict. It would be no surprise if Blair receives the keeper's verdict, but at the very least, Okoyim could have countered the keeper's verdict with Onslaught of Shadows. But there you have it, guys. Because of that, two champions invested in the bottom lane. That prompts the Chinese team to take this Reef Herald. It's not just team fights, it's also the macro play that China is stepping up with.
It just looks like RP right now, in terms of like Okayem and maybe even Blair, are kind of getting slower. Like they had like really good ultimates before, or somewhat good ultimates, but then now it's kind of like they're feeling a little bit too clumped up, and HKC is again just playing around with this one. And look at this, ATM already with a Sunfire Cape, so this Blair Titanic Hydra won't actually really, deal the damage. He can just shrug it off. He's too tanky.
And actually, this Blair on Titanic Hydra, even if ATM is tanky, on other targets it will be nice, especially with that violent tendencies of the Kled. That's why these Tiamat items to gold build up for the Kled, especially the frontline damage. It's like a mirror of his shotgun on the Q.
Yeah.
And For this game, I agree. I agree with you on that. The point that Okoyim and Blair's ultimate, we're not seeing much of that so
Yeah.
far. It's only once, and when it all went out on the Rick Herald side, it's like they're afraid to pull a big one against the Chinese team once again. And as you mentioned, it's because the Chinese team is the one who has the initiative.
Yeah,
But
it's
maybe
looking
they can go
really
for
scary right now
yeah.
because Protobell's already done by MLZ. So, I mean, all hopes or the hopes of RP to actually maybe get an engage. Like, if they set up Okim to actually go with Awesome Shadows and he does maybe a follow-up Shock Blast,
Yes.
you know,
Also
it could
because
just
of
be countered by the Taric SS, and as well as just
well,
the charge in by the Sandra, and then using her own ultimate like this, and this is gonna be the charge in by the Chinese squad. They already get the kill onto Dante, so that's 180 are alive,
ATM.
down rather, and there's gonna
Wow.
be a triple knockup, even with the shock blast to follow up from the side of Singapore. It's not gonna be enough. Where's the Kled? I'm actually looking at the screen. Where is bottom lane?
Where is Nip? Nip is backing again for the Singapore team. My, I'm backing for the Chinese team, and this is the Chinese team stepping up
It's
with the aggression against the Singapore team. I think I get it. I understand now why this is happening. It's not just because HKC is the more aggressive team. The win condition for the
for
for
Singapore.
RP for Singapore is that you would deliver the ball. You will bring the ball with someone. It's either Blair, it's either Okoyim. But if Okoyim initiates with a devastating charge and even onslaught of shadows, in an instant, he can be popped with the ultimate of the Lissandra plus the big damage hailing from the Jinx.
Yeah.
Hailing from the Jinx and the Lissandra himself. Because of the Proto Belt. Proto Belt actually has a waiting nerf in the 6.22 patch. So right now, Proto Belt entering the 6.21 patch and seeing it in the World's patch, it's a very strong item. It's a really strong item.
Yeah. And if you actually look at it, if everything else fails, you still have, again, like I said, the Taric ultimate, and even after that, Keeper's Verdict.
Keeper's Verdict. Keeper's Verdict. And you have to respect the damage coming in from this puppy. This puppy is very tanky now. All you need is that Sunfire Cape. And right now, Puppy is building an offensive itemization in the form of the Shin, but this is going to be a gauntlet.
Yeah, Iceborne Gauntlet's definitely a great item for the Poppy, allowing you to stick to an opponent, and Dantes is not a mobile ADC. I mean, yeah, you could have Dolphin with the Devour, but then at the same time, you're actually disabling your own ADC who could be dealing damage, and then there's just going to be an even greater disadvantage for RP, the Singapore squad.
Yes. Do take note also that one has the Randwich summon completed as well. So let's see, into the map. 5 seconds before the Baron will spawn. The next Drake will be an Ocean Drake. Available objectives here for taking in the side of the China team. Against the side of the China team is one outer mid lane turret.
Oh, but there's going to be a two-man Shockwave here. They do try to get a catch onto Sub-33 as well as Juan, but there is the invulnerability from this Taric, but
There we
here
go.
is trying to be the disengage from the side of HKC, and they do only just miss down, or they do only get the kill onto the support. So, you know,
I think it's okay because,
Yeah.
you know, things are very awkward. Things are very hard to really initiate and go all in and ham against the teams and the players of the Chinese team.
Yeah.
So
And they really can't go for a forced ban right now because
Yeah.
it's still too scary. There's so much AoE, even without the Taric, the threat of the composition here for the China team is just too much. But now they're going to try to go for the mid-tier one. But here comes the Ring of Frost. Massive CCs coming in from the side of HKC. And look at all of that damage. Jinx on the sidelines is just having at the time of his life. Rockets are flying across the battlefield right now, and he gets himself the double kill as well, and that's going to be a clean ace for HKC, only losing MLZ, and now they're looking in their sights for the Baron.
that is a 4v5, by the way.
Yeah.
So very well done there by HKC. And I would like to comment the play coming in from MLC. He has the damage. He knows when he can take it. There are no hesitations. And with that, they are going to be rewarded with this Baron along with all the play and gold that will come from it.
MLZ is so ballsy though. Like,
Yeah.
you know, normally you'd see a Lissandra after the Proto Belt with a Zhong's Hourglass.
Ice cold ballsy.
Yeah, but he went for a Rabadon's Death Cap. So
Yeah.
maximize the damage already. I mean, you have the lead. Even if you die, you already have the stasis
Damage.
with your Frozen Tome. Yeah,
And you're able to put the damage down.
Yeah, and then you actually even have the Taric to maybe make you invulnerable
Yes.
after your Frozen Tomb. So
The Taric deal with it ultimate. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Taric skin? The Lifeguard Taric when he casts his ultimate.
no, I
There's-
haven't seen the ultimate yet.
There's a shade coming from the sky
Yeah.
going to the champion. Yeah, you should check that one.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's actually
I've
funny.
only
It's
seen
like
I've only liked Blood Taric.
it's
Wait,
like the
yeah.
the Thug Life meme on Taric. So 518 into our scoreboard, and that is a 9k gold lead in the hands of the Chinese team. They are able to take the Baron. Now they're gonna take this Ocean Drake as well. So for this, with this kind of Drake conditions, they have. Is that the second Ocean Drake? I think that's the third Ocean Drake for this game. Third Drake for this game, so second Ocean Drake.
Yeah, I think so. And then
Or-
their first is
It's a mountain.
Yeah, the mountain.
Oh, it took a
But
good
now
amount of
here in
time.
the top lane, Kled's actually going to try to use his charge to just run away. And maybe will he be able to? But no, hold that thought though. He has no flash.
Wow.
And this will be just a teleport in by MLZ. Oh, they are barreling down onto this Kled. He will not survive. Juan takes the final hit. And is there any more fight happening across the map? That's going to be a no. But now one of their damage dealers is out. And mid-tier 2 is looking to be a very juicy target here for
And because of
HKC.
that last team fight, Milk has the glory to build his Infinity Edge on top of that Runans. Plus, in this game though, do take note that MLZ has no ultimate.
Yeah.
MLZ has no ultimate. So, there's a
Slight
little
chance.
there's a little bit of a weakness here for the siege done here by HKC. But the power here is not just the Baron. It's also the double Ocean Drake. So they can just fall back, regenerate, and
They
go for the
find
siege.
Okoyim in the distance though, but will they be able to follow it up? That's going to be a no, and that was actually a keeper's verdict also used by ATM.
Yep.
He's not shy about using that one because it is on a very fast cooldown. You can see
Yeah.
it's already at 15%.
Yeah. That's what I don't like about a Poppy. I played one of my placements against a Poppy with my guess with a very high rank Poppy, and he's like 12-1.
Yeah.
And if you could imagine the ranges of his gauntlet's eyes because of the armor.
Yes, too big.
Yeah, she's sitting at around 400 armor.
Yeah, that's a big radius.
And I
already.
just realized how short the Poppy ultimate is. How short the cooldown of
I
the
think
Poppy
like
ultimate is.
less than a minute, especially
Yeah.
when you're like building Iceborne Gaunts with the essentially it has a glacial shroud, so you have even more CDR.
Yes, and therefore you don't really need to always channel your ultimate for that
Yeah.
defensive ultimate. You could really go offensive and just get that
Knock
one knock-up, yes,
That's true.
and multi-target knock-up actually if they are all in the front line. So, going back into the itemizations, you should realize that the items here for the China team, they have a one full item advantage against the members of the Singapore team.
Look at how ballsy HKZ are or HKC are.
They have
They
the
don't
tankers.
even care. There was
Yeah.
there was the ball of the Oriana. They were just walking right past it for like 5 seconds or so, and
There's somebody flash.
yeah, RP didn't want to use anyway. His ATM
ATM flash? Is that
Yeah.
a fail flash?
could be a miss flash, or he might have wanted to go for a flash into a heroic charge. Could be.
Could be. So that's a flash gun for the Poppy. And now still they're gonna go for the siege, making sure that they will put this Baron to the most efficient use along with the Ocean Drake. So let's see, it's a matter of bringing milk near the distance of
13,000
the
gold
turret.
lead. Here is the keeper's verdict. Who will he slam back? And that's going to be the
Oriana.
Oriana. And now that's just going to be an easy bot tier 3 for the side of HAC right now. And Inhibitor as well will follow shortly. Will RP actually look to find and pull their own trigger? Or will they just allow HKC to play around with their base and even walk away scot-free from that one?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the Chinese team, it's like it's not anymore a matter of them pulling out strategies. It's also like the Singaporean team are being held back. Like they are intimidated. Is that
Ooh, the flash for flash there from Dantes as well as
Yeah.
MLZ. I think if MLZ was a little bit more faster there, he's already fast, but you know, if he can go Vin so fast, that would be pretty good.
I think MLZ did not finish the duration.
Oh,
of the
but that
initial
could be it. Triple shockwave, but
ultimate.
Tarek's ultimate saving his teammate. MLZ, though, does still
Oh.
have his own, but the Onslaught of Shadows, I think, would connected. Wait, no, he just charged in onto the backline, but now there is no jinx here for HKC, and this where
Onslaught
RP
of
could
Shadows.
actually use and win this matchup right now. There's going to be the Frozen Tomb, and now you can see the backline. Dantes is being focused in by Sub-33 as well as MLZ, and Orca trying to do the best he can to save his own teammate, and he does get the kill, and
Yeah.
it looks like this is going to be the fight that RP are looking for. 2 kills, 3 kills already. And it's going to be Juan as well as ATM looking to actually go away. But ATM wants the fight, goes in, hammer down. And he's looking for more fights.
Gonna go
Keeper's
for a
ready to knock it
3v1.
out. He's so damn tanky. He does get shut down already by
Juan's
the
still
Ash.
alive.
Juan's still looking for it. He gets the 2. He's looking for more. But will
Oh,
he
what?
win it? Oh my goodness. Juan, what are you doing? And that's going to be the clutch. They still get the ace. My goodness.
He was.
How did he win that?
Dantes was trying to sidestep and hit one just to kite. You know, the classic movement from the ADC. But the problem is he has no vision on the ward. He has no vision. He has no vision on the ward. He has no vision on the brush. He has no freaking vision on the brush. And that's the problem. Whenever he sidestep back, Rek'Sai becomes untargetable.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's why he's not hitting.
that was supposed to be the fight that RP were gonna win, but then at the same time, HKC's gold was just too much. The items were just too much.
all that Dantes need is to land one hit against one.
And he
This
tried
is
to.
This is a lucky
yeah,
one.
he
This
tried
is
to,
the
but then
lucky
there was a
one.
great knockup
Yeah.
from Juan there.
Yeah, this is the lucky one. I mean, I was surprised. What is Dantes doing there?
Yeah, man, this
This
guy
is
is the
the-
Juan.
Yeah, he got lucky with the brush. Wow, one crazy highlight.
The
One crazy
micro.
highlight of LICC. I mean, it's very rare to witness that kind of. I mean, it was a mistake. It's kind of funny, but who would have thought? Who would have thought? I mean, even Dantes did not take that into account.
I just feel like it's, you know, RP already feeling the pressure from
Yeah.
HKC. I mean, it should have been an easy kill for Dantes, but now,
Hopefully, it doesn't put Dantes on tilt.
mm,
Because
so-
if it's me, I'd go on tilt, man.
yeah, but you know, these are high-ranking players as well. They're
Yes.
the best of their regions, their countries at that point as well. But HKC finding Dolphin in the distance, smacks him, takes him down, and this could be an easier second Baron here for the China squad.
Yes, and right now, the
They
China
don't
squad is
even
gonna take
try
their
to get it.
second Baron. I think this is their second Baron.
Yeah, it
Next
is.
pick would be a Mountain. So, see how fast this game is. I mean, 29-minute mark, and we already have 2 Barons. This is gonna be also the last break, and one,
Before the Elder.
yes, before the Elder, and one won't stop on making sure to be efficient over the jungle and making sure to secure
Yeah.
all of the drakes.
This is what's so good about the Rek'Sai. Like, if you actually have control of the map and you have all these tunnels scattered from top to bottom,
All the
you
more.
you just have so much control already. If they don't,
Yes.
you know, take control of these pesky tunnels,
Yes.
you're actually able to just do that from Baron to Dragon in a snap of your fingers.
Yes, and plus you have regeneration, plus you have the long range vision because of your
Tremor sense.
Tremor sense.
Even though he got nerfed, I kind of didn't like that. It's
Yeah.
still fine. I mean, if people like do 2 steps around your Tremor sense area, at least you still
You can
spot them out.
You can still predict it
Yeah.
in around 2 to 3 steps.
Yeah, but I do miss the old days wherein Rek'Sai was, you know, so good as a jungler that I
Yeah.
have to actually build only the Sword of the Occult and then I would be OP. But then
You've been
three straight patches,
After
she's
her-
been nerfed.
after her release, you've been spamming her.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, for
come after
months.
that, after a couple of patches again, she gets nerfed.
Yeah, it was actually around this time that Rek'Sai was released
Really?
last year. Yeah, it was when we became new shoutcasters. Oh no,
I think 2 years
last
ago.
year, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So, back in 2014.
Speaking of progress, look at HKC. There's going to be the Onslaught of Shadows here from Okoyim, but this is just a Hail Mary pass right now for the Singapore squad. This is just too much barrage, too much damage, too fast, too good, too strong. And look at this. HKC are just rolling, steamrolling against Singapore, and that's almost going to be the ace. Orca in the safety of the well. on his own fountain, but now in danger is the
Wow.
Nexus turrets. It's gonna be over. GG, as the Nexus turrets are the only the only targets now remaining for the first game victory of the China team HKC. Oh, they're gonna go for Orca. Orca, no! He gets
know-
blasted to infinity and beyond,
Wow.
and that's it. Game 1 in the hands of the China team.
That's gonna boost the China's team's confidence in a very, very high level. Like, to the skies, ladies and gentlemen. As you could see how they finished the game. Like, they even want to show that we're gonna shove you in your base in a semifinals in LICC. So
Yeah.
this is the Singaporean team. This is a high caliber team. What will they do? They need to adjust. They need to, like, take control of the situation. I mean, get it together, keep it together. So we'll see as they enter this game 2. You have to take note that China is on match point now. If they win game 2, they head into the finals. So that's the running risk. That's the running risk, and that is why China will enter this game 2 confident. That is why a lot of pressure has been put onto Singapore. There's this lingering question of, can we defeat them? Can we defeat them?
Will this day be a
Yes.
stomping day?
But
Will it all be 2-0s?
To our Singaporean viewers and to the Singaporean team, guys, one of our shoutcasters and local analyst, professional player, Nip, supports you guys. it's because I think the Singaporean team defeated Nip back in their tournament in Korea, and that's why he's cheering for the Singaporean team. But we'll see, guys, and I know you still have the support of your fans. This is not yet finished.
Yeah.
This is not yet finished. We
Comeback
still
is
have
real
game 2.
always.
You can see in that game, for the analysis of that game, it is China's precision in team fights, execution, and I'd say aggressiveness to the point that they, in the early game, it's, as always in the early game, it's always equal. It's always close. But it gets offset, enter around the 9-minute or 8-minute mark after those series of mistakes done by Okoyim and Blair, that targeting different, hitting different
Yeah.
targets, and
And
that snowballed Poppy as well.
You never really felt Dantes all throughout that game because
Yes.
even if Dolphin, did some saving grace for Dantes devouring perfectly. I mean, like I said, it's always, disabling your own ADC to save him, and then he's not able to get the fights because once you spit him out, he's just
Yeah.
gonna get focused on by ATM, who's so tanky that nobody can actually deal with him.
And it is a defensive support, top
Yeah.
catch. Plus, even though Dantes has better clear, what happened with the ADC of the China team? Jinx was able to get a double buff early in the game.
Yeah.
So at the very least, it does not snowball, but it prevents things in the bottom lane from falling apart. Whatever advantage does Dantes had against the Jinx. Not to mention the story as well in the mid lane. So there you have it, guys. It's not just it's also China's decisiveness, and actually they got countered heavily because of the Lissandra being snowballing. Anyone who initiates on us, whether it's you Blair, whether it's you Okoyim, we don't mind. We're gonna
Yeah.
burst you because we have the damage and we have the crowd control. Guys, that's game 1 concluded. We're gonna head into the game 2 after the quick break. We have been your shoutcasters for this match. I am Shibu with 1 for an eye, and Ashurai, one hell of a beast. This is the LOL Collegiate League This is the LOL International Collegiate
Collegiate
Championships
Championships.
2016, and we'll be right back for game 2.